Live. Is it doing it? All right, there we go. Hello, welcome to Ring Takes, episode 46, bringing in the new year with the guys, Brian and Lewis. As always, Happy New Year to everybody watching, anybody who's joining us live. First time going live here on Ring Takes, so let's see how that goes. I'm going to try to pay attention to the comments, broadcasting to 3 different spaces, so we'll see how that goes. But yep, this is episode 46. Happy New Year. A lot of stuff to talk about. AEW's World End was the last pay-per-view of last year, so we'll be talking about that. Bringing in the first special of this year will be day one. Ending the week will be Smackdown's New Year's Revolution. We're going to be talking about day one. What better way to talk about day one, obviously, than the big news of a former WWE champion appearing, The Rock. The Rock returned after getting fiascoed by Jinder Mahal. Everyone thinking that Jinder Mahal was going to be the returning WWE champion, as he was talking in the ring for 10 minutes. And then after a little while, you're like, somebody else is going to come out. And somebody else did come out. And it's the former World Heavyweight Champion, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, People's Champion, the Brahma Bull, all that good jazz, coming out basically countering the anti-Patriot commentary from Jinder Mahal, which they are kind of keeping on from his crusade when he was a heel back in the day. The Rock coming out to a tremendous ovation. Samantha Irvin, I shared it in the chat where she got hype as well. Apparently she didn't know, or maybe she was just selling really well. But either way, The Rock coming back, we know what The Rock brings with his energy on Raw anytime he makes an appearance. What do you guys think about that? And the mentioning of him kind of alluding to Roman Reigns, the head of the table. How do you guys feel about that?
Before we begin.
Oh, that's a classic.
Nice touch.
All right. It's time. I was waiting for the right time to put this shirt on for the podcast. This is the perfect episode. All right, now I'm gonna just give some quick thoughts, and I'm gonna let you two gentlemen tear down this topic since it has a lot of implications moving forward. But
what implications?
just a general.
It's just The Rock passing through. That's all it is. It ain't nothing special. It's just The Rock passing through.
So I'll give you the people's elbow right now, Daniel.
Yeah. Okay. But before I let you guys go. General reaction. Okay, obviously, we all had our own predictions on who it was going to be. I think Daniel predicted it was going to be Big E. I on the low thought.
I wish
on the low thought it was just going to be like another legend just stopping by. There wasn't going to be much to it. Just a quick segment. Didn't see the Rock coming. Came out of left field. Obviously, he had such an impact on, I like to say, all of us as kids, still to the point that when his music plays, that like everything around me kind of stops. So when when his music played, I literally stopped what I was doing, turned and looked at the TV, and then he walked out, and like it was just like with the when CM Punk returned, like I literally couldn't move for like 20 seconds because I kind of was thinking that why would they bring him back now if they weren't going to use him for some a future match down the line, whether it would be at the Rumble or Elimination Chamber or WrestleMania or where else. But obviously seeing The Rock, him tearing into Jinder Mahal. I mean, you saw some reports that apparently he went 5 minutes over his allotted time, but to me, that's The Rock.
As
you
usual.
gotta give him that. 5 minutes that he went over would have been geared towards that tag team match that came up, the women's tag team match that came up next anyway. So the way I see it, he did us all a favor. So so obviously it was an entertaining promo. You got his catchphrases. He takes out Jinder Mahal. And then he makes the declaration of should I sit at the head of the table, which has made social media go absolutely crazy ever since he made the comment. You got some people who love it and just happy to have The Rock back. You got other people who are diehard Cody Rhodes fans that are fearing for their life. That him coming back doesn't mean that Cody loses his WrestleMania spot. And then you got people like me who are kind of neutral, just happy to see The Rock, but not fully informed on what that means moving forward. But I'm just anytime we get The Rock, I'm always thrilled. Like I said before, he's a guy that kind of started my love for professional wrestling back in the day in the late 98, 99, 2000. So anytime I see him, it's a joy. I mean, if he's going to be back in the ring, it's even more of a joy. Whether that, no matter what event it is, if it does end up being WrestleMania, cool. But good to see The Rock back. Now, I know that since The Rock has appeared, like I said, future implications for WrestleMania may be impacted, may not be impacted. I know we've kind of had this running feud between the two of you on this show on whether or not Cody Rhodes is going to win the Royal Rumble. So I'm going to let you two gentlemen go now as The Rock has come back.
The Rock.
Somebody predicted this a couple months ago that someone's negativity could impact Cody Rhodes.
Here we go.
Potential story clinching win. I believe it was the man that's at the bottom of the screen here, Lewis at the bottom. Predicted that The Rock would come back in some capacity.
You can't accept reality. I'm telling you, in this day and age, no one wins the Rumble back to back. That's all I'm saying. I don't know what negativity you're talking about. I don't even think I mean, I don't know. Maybe we've talked a lot, but I don't think I ever brought back saying I want.
You predicted that The Rock would come back. It was your negativity.
It wasn't. How is that
negativity?
How's that negativity? There was a whole strike. What else was The Rock going to do?
Because
and crazy thing is, I
has
saw
to finish
online.
his story.
Huh? I never said I didn't.
A man has to finish his story.
I know.
It's the right thing,
but the Rumble is not the right way to do it. And I've been saying this for a year now. You are just too stubborn and don't want to listen to reality.
What if, as I've been alluding to, what if they're just stacking the deck for Cody Rhodes to go through all these guys and win the Rumble?
No. Why would you do the same
Punk,
story?
McIntyre,
The same exact story.
Thunder, The Rock.
There's no reason for him
It's
to
not the same exact story.
It is, though.
It's not the same exact story.
He's good. He wins at the Rumble. He goes to WrestleMania again. That's the same story.
Now there's more people involved. He's not number. He can't be number 30.
Him winning the Rumble guarantees he's in the spot. With all these moving parts, that's where everything's in question. And that's why I'm like, you're not just gonna have CM Punk come back and boom, or he just gets a title shot. That's why I'm like, I guarantee you CM Punk is winning the Rumble this year. Which is why I'm like, I've already known that Cody was not gonna win the Rumble. I'm like, Cody can get a title shot at Roman. We know this now, any way, shape, or form. It does not have to be the Rumble. This man goes to SmackDown whenever he wants. This man pulls people to Raw whenever he wants. He does whatever the hell he wants. There's no reason why you would just give him the Rumble again to do the same thing again. And yes, if you did it,
man has to win the Royal Rumble.
No, he doesn't.
He has to.
No, he does
That's
not.
the pathway. It's the WWE Championship. It's tradition. You have to go through that hurdle to get there.
He's been there. And
That's
he
all
lost.
I'm saying.
And he's been there and he lost.
And he
Why
lost.
Would you do the
and
same
he has
thing
to finish
again?
his story.
Okay, it could be done another way. I don't get why this is not allowed in your mind.
Because the Elimination Chamber to get to the WWE Championship just doesn't sit right with me.
I mean, it happened to Kofi.
Right with me. I just don't.
Did not happen to Kofi?
Well, Kofi lost in the Chamber.
But that was SmackDown.
Still catapulted him to WrestleMania.
Yeah, he was in the final too.
Still catapulted him to WrestleMania. And look at that.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. So what Lewis is saying, you can lose. What Lewis is saying, you can lose any big main event match and still get to the title. It doesn't matter.
Cody can do that. Cody can do that because we've seen this. We already know that the brand split is not a real thing. To hell with tradition. It is a real thing.
And
what Cody's been doing is traditional. This man is doing whatever he wants. He goes to SmackDown whenever he wants. But he's not they haven't labeled him as he's a free agent and can go anywhere. No, he's part of Raw and has been on SmackDown how many times? Just because he wants to? You're telling me he has to get the Rumble just to fight Roman? No.
Roman Reigns was on break, and they needed an alternative. They needed somebody to fill in during his absence, and they brought in Cody.
What else you got, Dan? What else you got? Anywho, let me talk about
the Rock. Cody Rhodes has to fill the story.
Let me just talk about the Rock coming back.
Thank you. Let's stick to the topic at hand. That's why it's there.
Try to throw shade with saying all of this is my fault because you don't listen to reason. Anywho,
your fault. It's your negativity.
Okay, whatever. I'll take it. I would think I only got speculation about The Rock probably being there on Monday Night Raw was because I guess he was at one of these football games recently that was in San Diego. So everybody was like, "Oh, Rock's here. He's probably going to be on Monday Night Raw." And lo and behold, he showed up, which, like Brian said, always a great spot seeing The Rock come back. That music hitting, iconic. I remember when he would have the helicopter and the street visual come out. I thought was always awesome. But the fact that, obviously still has like the guitar. Yeah, and the guitar hitting and everything is just fucking
Hollywood Rock.
I think Jinder has always just been that guy to like hate. But me thinking of like him having this faction, I feel like they could have probably used somebody else. Maybe like I know he's not on Raw, but what's his name? Grayson Waller. Like I feel like that would have been a perfect spot for him. Or did he have a spot with who did Rock go after last time when they were here? Or was that
Austin Theory?
Austin Theory. That's why I feel like Grayson Waller probably would have been a better fit for that, just because I felt like Jinder is like in this new type of role, and then to kind of just go back to the Maharaja and everything and just talk crap for whatever reason, it was just a little whatsoever. But hey, I mean, that's the spot, and I mean, Jinder is a big dude, and the fact they actually got some hits in, kudos to him. But The Rock's still gonna come in.
That's the hit counter. You're always looking for somebody to get hits in that.
I've never seen anybody really get a couple hits like that. But I was shocked that that The Rock finally, referenced, the tribal chief and all this, and is just throwing that wrench in there, like, hey, let's do it. I think my only thing is, I don't know what The Rock is gonna look like in the ring right now. And Roman's he's at the top of his game right now. Is this gonna be like a Stone Cold Kevin Owens type match? Can The Rock really still go? Or are we gonna get some type of freak accident like Shane? He runs in, boom, blows out his age is catching up with everybody.
Oh, no.
I just hope
The Rock is in better shape than Shane McMahon.
Exactly. Don't make that. Yeah, I understand the comparison, but
a long time, shit is bound to happen. I just hope.
Don't do that to The Rock, man.
I'm not saying. Hey, like you said, the man is in great physical peak condition, but we don't know if he still trains like he's going in the ring. I think he's training more for muscle and everything. I don't know what
appearance.
Appearances, I guess. But I'm very curious to see. I saw online, or I think one of you guys sent it. It's probably for Elimination Chamber, which I really, really hope it does, because I don't want that to overshadow someone's story. Because that's what I want to happen. He can. It just doesn't have to be with the Rumble.
Okay, here's my thing about that. Now, we know Elimination Chamber this year is going to be in Australia, and they're making it a stadium show. I was under the impression that the show had already sold out. Is that correct, or do we not know?
I haven't really read anything on that.
See, if the show is not sold out, and you need an attraction, obviously there ain't no bigger attraction than Roman Reigns and The Rock. But if the show is already sold out, you can save Roman Reigns and The Rock for another time. It doesn't even necessarily have to be this year's WrestleMania. The match kind of tells its own story. It doesn't need the world championship, because the star name power is big enough. So I would kind of understand why they would do it at Elimination Chamber, kind of get it over with and move on. But I almost think it's too big for Elimination Chamber. That it's got to be somewhere else.
Who won last year's Elimination
I was
Chamber?
looking at it from this. I was looking at it from the standpoint of maybe that was just a way to tune more eyes in on SmackDown in their event on Friday. Because now The Rock mentioned Roman Reigns, maybe that brings a little bit more eyes there. Obviously, it could set up a pay-per-view match. Obviously, the WrestleMania would be the bonk on the head, right? It's the main attraction, right? It's WrestleMania. This whole storyline to have this Samoan bloodline complete would be The Rock, right? Because Roman already went through everybody else. He has Solo by his side. The Rock is the main guy, right? And apparently, this was supposed to happen at last year's WrestleMania, but didn't happen because it just fell apart. Rock couldn't make the dates or whatever the case may be. Apparently, he has time now. So looking at it from that standpoint, I would love my idea would be if The Rock ever entered the Royal Rumble.
I was just gonna bring that up.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy if The Rock entered the Royal Rumble. I've already been saying that the Royal Rumble looks like it's going to be the most stacked ever. It looks like it's going to be crazy.
There's so much
potentially if The Rock somehow gets involved in that.
Now you're talking about a possible Final Four. Possible Final Four of Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, The Rock, and LA Knight. Now you talk about a Final Four where you can't call it like now.
I mean, I'm already
well, we can call it in that situation. Yeah, LA Knight's out of there. Yeah, even if Gunther's in that spot, he's out. He's not winning. If those final three are in there, then he's not winning. But I'm just saying, if they go that route and enter him in the Royal Rumble, that's WWE has just put all their cards in the middle of the table, all their chips in the middle of the table, and have said, "Let's go for it." If they do anything in that capacity and just bring all these people back at Royal Rumble leading into WrestleMania season, it's like I can't remember a type of buzz this is creating in terms of what leading up to WrestleMania. There's been no type of buzz. Maybe Mike Tyson when he was there trying to assisting DX with HBK and Shawn Michaels against Austin. Maybe that was the last time that type of generated buzz was there. But if they can pull this off and bringing all these people back and doing it in this capacity, that would be nuts. That would be nuts. I don't know how they're going to do it, if they're going to do it, but if they do that, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's going to be even more surprise returns and stuff, and it's just like this Rumble is going to be crazy.
I mean, Triple H is already teasing another announcement this coming Thursday for a 2024 WWE preview that's going to be airing on Peacock. I think they're going to preview 2024. I guess all the events and give predictions as to what's going to happen in 2024. And apparently, he's going to make a big announcement on that as well. So we don't know what that is. That could be anything.
Bring back all the old.
I mean, just in general, because we are
Judgment Day.
Oh, that would be dope. That would be dope. I remember I think it was DirecTV used to send out the posters with the pay-per-views on there. Mm-hmm. They used to have a poster of like The Rock, Triple H, Austin, Undertaker. Yep. I used to have those. So just looking at it from that standpoint, it's like if they do that, a breakdown of what they're doing, like the schedule, that would be dope. Because they are going international. Backlash is in France. I believe they're doing a Bash in Berlin. Who knows what other stuff they're going to be doing. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the chat here because we have some people commenting. But just in general, just that type of buzz for WrestleMania leading to that point. And this week that they have planned, basically New Year's Evil is tonight. I'm going to try to catch up on that tonight. They have the press conference tomorrow. They have the schedule, as Brian said, the release or whatever the breakdown of the updates of what they're doing on Thursday. And then they're going into this SmackDown's Revolution to end the week. It's like WWE is literally controlling the wrestling world this week with this promo layout for 2024. So definitely big things to expect from that, and to see how they're doing that leading up to this with The Rock, CM Punk coming back, Jade Cargill potentially to appear at the Royal Rumble. We just saw a report that Trinity's potentially coming back. That's the doors open still for Sasha Banks. It's like on top of what they already have. The wrestling world, WWE owns the wrestling world with just the promotion, just the allure of the unknown. for sure. Let's get into, well, The Rock is coming back in some type of capacity. Obviously, we think that it's either going to be WrestleMania. Somebody's in the chat saying that they won't do it at Perth. I'm like, again, the stadium show in Australia. I mean, they did it for John Cena, bringing him back for, what was it, Crown Jewel?
Crown Jewel,
or the Superstar, or Superstar, whatever it was, the Crown Jewel, whatever the case may be. We've seen them bringing people to do these type of shows. It's like, is he going to be in some type of capacity of that? That would be awesome to see. But let's move on to probably something that pissed me off. Obviously, Seth Rollins retained against Drew McIntyre, because what else is Drew McIntyre going to do besides lose? What else is he going to do? What else is he going to do besides lose? It was a highly entertaining match. They got 20 minutes, and out of nowhere,
some contract negotiations,
some Tom.
It's some contract negotiations.
Man,
I just don't know how to look at Drew McIntyre anymore. I don't know how to look at him. I'm disgusted by him. He's disgusting. He's a loser. You turned heel. You turned heel. You took out Jey Uso. You took out Sami Zayn. I'm like, we're getting a mean streak from Drew McIntyre. And in this match, he's counting off with the fans. 1, 2, 3. He shouldn't be doing that anymore.
That's his move.
He should not be doing that anymore.
That's his move.
He needs to stomp like HBK.
That's a part of his.
He needs to stomp like
his
HBK
repertoire.
it's part of his
you can't be counting with the.
Yeah, but look at all the obstacles that were in front of him though for that match, especially with the Money in the Bank
obstacles.
Okay,
he was on a mean streak. He took out Jey Uso. He took out Sami Zayn. Literally put Sami Zayn on the shelf.
Okay,
and he's gonna let all that get in his way. Come on.
One thing besides Drew. Okay, and explain to me this. And I was sitting there like dumbfounded. They literally hit Seth with, was it the briefcase or did Damian just punch him or something? Damian hit him with the briefcase, right?
That was
or it was a Dom.
Damian Priest hit him with the briefcase.
Whatever. He got hit with the briefcase, and then Drew thought he was gonna win, and then the foot hit the rope. Cool. I already knew right then.
That was weird. I didn't like that part. How the hell did the foot hit the rope?
Hey, it kind of played out right. But once that happened, I knew Drew was not winning.
No,
and
it's called good production.
And then yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's called great production.
Seth won. Why wouldn't Dom and Damian just go in the ring, beat the crap out of Seth, and just cash in? The man is exhausted.
He's the worst.
The man
he is the worst.
beaten.
He is the worst Money in the Bank holder ever.
Yeah. I think we can agree on that.
He's the worst.
Dude, I was sitting there watching.
What is he waiting for?
I'm like, Seth is tired. Go beat the crap out of him and cash it. It made no sense. I'm like, yo. And you know what's funny?
Again,
I saw it was a thing on like either YouTube or IG where it was like Reels. It was like everybody was talking about their like resolutions or whatever. And Damian was like, I have till July to cash in my Money in the Bank. So mine's is like, so I'm like, are they really gonna he's probably definitely gonna hold this to almost full term. Like probably wait till like the last or because it's just like there's no point in him cashing in on anybody right now. Everything's too big and too hot right now. Like that Money in the Bank, unless it's gonna be another Seth Rollins thing where they do it at Mania, but I don't think they would do that.
Or just save it for Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania. I mean
that too.
You kind of shitted on everybody last year with last year's episode of Raw after WrestleMania and how frustrating that was. So you kind of owe it to the fans to redeem yourselves for that. So if you want to do a cash in then right after WrestleMania, assuming Seth retains the title, that would be a perfect spot to do it then.
The Rock wins at WrestleMania. Damian cashes in.
He pins The Rock.
Yeah.
That's how he's gonna do it. But no, just in general, like him and Austin Theory got to be the worst Money in the Bank briefcase holders. Got to be the worst.
No.
Got to be the worst.
No,
what did he cash in on? Was it the U.S. title? It was the U.S. title that
exactly. Austin Theory. He went after the wrong title.
Ever cashed in on the U.S. title. That's your man, Dan. That's
talk about. Did you? Yeah, because I'm actually following along with the comments here as well. So Daniel, you think Otis was the worst Money in the Bank cash? was the worst.
He never cashed in.
Yeah.
He never cashed in.
That's the point. That's the point.
I don't even consider Otis. I don't even consider Otis a Money in the Bank winner because that was pandemic. That was pandemic wrestling. So
just like Nikki Cross, who lost it literally the first match. Oh my god!
The character was.
We don't mention that.
Hey, it happened. It's in history.
We don't mention those dark times.
Oh,
he said John Escobar says Damian Sandow was the worst. I'm like, at least Damian Sandow had a match. He had the match at least.
Like,
Otis, I gotta look. I gotta say Otis.
No. Sandow did have a match. He just lost. I'm
gonna go with Austin Theory.
Tried to cash in against Cena. Tried to beat Cena down beforehand, and Cena still beat him. But at least it was a good match. I remember
Austin Theory. Who did he cash in?
Seth Rollins.
Who's the U.S. champion at that time?
That was Seth. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Who cashes in on the U.S. title?
Yeah, that might be the worst.
No sense.
Yeah, that's got to be the worst. Yeah, that's got to be the worst. Yeah,
that makes no. How do you have a chance to win a world title and you cash in on the U.S. title? Come on now.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, that's got to be the worst. Somebody said at least it was successful. At least it was successful, I guess.
Was it?
I like Austin Theory. He just never had that run. Yeah, it was, but it's just like it just doesn't make sense. But obviously, Seth Rollins is going on to WrestleMania. It looks like he has the pathway to WrestleMania. But what's next for Drew McIntyre? But like, what's next for him?
I don't know.
That's where things get a little
vacation.
He's gonna go back to NXT.
No, because
because
you would think
AEW.
Because you would not even that. Because the way that Drew was booked in this match, it was almost like he was booked as a babyface again because think about it, Judgment Day came out to try to cash in. He stops the cash in. He's attacking Dom. He's attacking JD. And just so he loses focus for that 1 second for Seth to take advantage. So he was kind of booked as a babyface. So I wonder if moving forward that's what they're gonna do.
I don't really see a direction.
Yeah, but I'm just like that's my whole point because it's like during the match he was a babyface. He was doing the count with the 1, 2, 3. It's like, dude, you're a heel.
That's not a babyface thing. What are you? You're part of his moves. I don't know.
No,
having crowd participation.
If a heel's in the corner and they're doing the 10 punches, they're doing it.
But that's the thing. This character he's playing,
you're not supposed to count
he's playing isn't. I feel like it's like a 70% heel because he's like, yeah, he's taking people out, but he's also like, am I lying? Like everything I've done or everything, it all like makes sense. So I'm still
no. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. He's 100% correct.
He's not full blown. He's 100% yet. He's like he's an in betweener right now, where he's like he's doing heel stuff, but then he's still kind of a good guy. That's why I'm like, I feel like Drew's not getting his actual shot until after Mania. I feel like he's just kind of in like a Kevin Owens type thing, where he's just gonna be in a bunch of like main event title matches, but he's just not gonna win the title type thing, you know. Mm-hmm. And I honestly still think it has to do with his whole contract thing, because I feel like until he signs like another like multi-year whatever, it's like, how are we gonna put the title on you if you're not fully here yet?
They did mention a whole bunch of people signing. Charlotte signed. Zelina Vega signed.
Yeah,
I think Cody Rhodes signed.
Bailey signed.
There's been a bunch of people that have been signing. So they've been trying to.
Actually, Cody's situation is kind of still murky. I don't even know if the dirt sheets even know what's going on with Cody. Because first they said he was signed, and then they said of course he's signed because he just purchased a new travel bus to allow him to travel from city to city right now. And they're saying, well, of course he resigned because of that. And now they don't know. So we'll just have to wait and see. But. Like I said, pay that man.
People are saying Gunther should lose.
They do. I do feel Drew deserves a world title shot. I think I would have agreed with Dan. The crown jewel thing. He probably should have won. No. I mean, yeah,
they should have won that Clash of the Castle. We established that.
Yeah,
that was the time to do. That was
the
time.
That was the moment.
It was right there.
It's like WWE is just so notorious with just not letting people win in their home countries, towns, or whatever. It's like it's very rare that they just have it happen. You know, like
it's a Vince McMahonism. Yeah, just get more heat up for beating the guy out.
We're gonna embarrass you in your hometown.
You lose on the way out.
Parents.
Yeah, nah.
You lose on your way out. For the longest time,
they couldn't build.
Those are the two WWE rules.
Yep. Look, Sammy, Drew. Remember when Sasha lost to Hell in a Cell in Boston? Like it's just notorious.
I still haven't gotten over that.
Same. I was at that.
I hated that. I hated that.
She lost.
I was like, no.
Yeah, because that was the time period where they were playing hot potato between Sasha and Charlotte with the title, and not knowing what the fuck they wanted to do, not knowing who they wanted to be champion, and it was it was a mess. I remember that. Yeah. Hold on. I gotta address something because his fan just said something that kind of just angered me. He said Sasha sucks anyway. I don't agree with that.
Dare you, sir.
How dare you insult one of our own from the
Was that John Escobar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's John Escobar. I know him. He's being a scumbag. He's a New Yorker. He's a scumbag. He doesn't know any better. He's a scumbag. Wow. That's Sasha Banks, multi-time champion, the boss, Snoop Dogg's cousin. Show some respect.
Mercedes.
Show some respect. Mercedes Moné. Now, formerly known as Sasha Banks.
She's another person. Another person with the dirt sheets have no idea what's going on. Because first they said that she talked to WWE, and then she wanted more money than Charlotte. Got for her new deal. And now they're saying the talks are done, and now that she's expected to be in AEW.
Yeah, I read the same thing.
They said I saw something where they was saying that when she left the first time, that her meeting with Triple H, that she was asking for more money than Charlotte at that time. So I don't know if she came back and asked for that same money again, but there's from the reports I saw earlier, Dave Meltzer saying that it was the year when she first left, not recently. That's what I'm indicating. So I don't know which way they're going with that, but that could also be Dave Meltzer just being contrarian and just saying whatever. just making up shit. But yeah, we don't know what's going to happen with Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre going forward. Well, Seth is going to WrestleMania. That's the clear indicator. He's going to WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre, we'll see where he ends up after the Rumble. It's just unfortunate because he just keeps losing. Every big main event. This is like 0-6 in big money matches. Just 0-6. So I don't know where he's going to go from here. But let's move on to another impressive match there. Rhea Ripley defeating Ivy Nile. Shocker. I didn't realize how small Ivy Nile was in the ring. I guess compared to Rhea Ripley, everybody looks. Yeah, I guess compared to Rhea Ripley, everyone looks like a midget. Everyone looks small compared to Rhea Ripley, right?
See, this match to me is one of the reasons why I love WWE's production crew. Because I love that little promo package they did for Ivy Nile beforehand when they had her with the chains around her neck, working out, explaining how she's always been an underdog. They showed highlights from her matches in NXT, her finishing move, that little sleeper hold that she does, and you almost forgot that that she was a competitor because she's been backing up the Creed brothers for the longest time. So you forgot about those matches. They showed highlights from a match that she had with Miko Satomura over in NXT UK for that title at the time, which was very, very competitive. Because when they first announced this match, everyone probably assumed that Rhea Ripley's probably going to go over in 5 minutes. I mean, they haven't done anything really to build up Ivy Nile, and then that one package they did within 30 seconds. Now you're looking at Ivy Nile going into this match saying she may not win, but she may give Rhea a run for her money. She won't win, but she'll make it tough for her. And that's the one thing I love about WWE's production. The little things that they do like that to kind of build up somebody up going into a match to give you the idea that it might happen. It probably won't happen, but it could happen. So That's the one takeaway I took away from the match.
I don't think we'll ever get a Paige first a Paige scenario where she came in and won the title on her first match debut, like she did when she debuted.
At least not against Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, no.
At least not against.
Hey, when that happened, AJ Lee was hot as hell, So, things can change. But I haven't seen Ivy Nile wrestle in NXT. I didn't really watch her stuff like that, but I was actually very much surprised. And she, I wasn't sure, or I'm pretty sure she's athletic, but I wasn't really too sure about how she was in the ring and how she was actually going to be able to go toe to toe with Rhea. But I mean, she did have a couple, little shaky spots. But like even the commentary say, like, this is her first. Probably her first match on Raw, and then this is also the biggest match of her career and everything. So it's like, she probably also had the nerves as well, which is fine. But the fact that even the crowd started getting behind her, and even I was too, I was like, okay, like, she's countering stuff, she's going to the top rope,
but she's hanging in there.
Exactly.
She was doing really good.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm not gonna lie, when I don't know why I thought of this during the match. Like, I thought once the match ended, I thought we were gonna get like. Because just thinking about, because I saw you guys talking in the chat about like who the person that the former WWE champ, I was like, oh, could be like Alexa Bliss. Maybe she's back from her pregnancy or whatever. Like, I don't know. Just think of like it could also be like a female or whatever. But I don't know. That was just something that came to mind. But the match was great. Rhea, showing why she's dominant. I wonder if that first match that opened up the show with Becky and Nia Jax, if that's any indication of a new challenger, because I was actually very surprised that Nia won that match. So I wonder if that might be the next person in line, because I feel like that was the biggest hurdle affecting Nia, since her return. And that's kind of, unless they're going to drag it out even longer. But I feel like as far as opponents for Rhea, Nia should definitely, I feel like that's just like a clash of titans right there. That's unless they're gonna,
But isn't that a heel versus heel match?
I don't know. Huh?
No. See, Daniel, I'm glad you just
asked that a heel versus heel matchup with Nia Jax.
Yeah, I'm glad you just asked that.
Everybody loves Rhea right now, and you got Elimination Chamber in Australia.
I was just about to say,
going to be the babyface.
We did talk about
that. But Rhea's going to be a babyface in Australia, though. So
we did talk.
That's why.
I don't know. Just after that loss, like, why would like think of all the other baby faces in the women's division on Raw right now? Who do you really have? That isn't in a tag team that is a baby face that is hot besides Becky?
Yeah, they're all in tag teams.
Exactly.
Tag team, Jeff.
So you don't really have.
But we did talk about Nia Jax. We did talk about Nia Jax versus Rhea Ripley in Perth. We did talk about that because they're both from Australia. Mm-hmm. So that would be a monumental match.
I actually looked it up. Nia Jax was raised in Australia, Sydney, Australia. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So New Zealand.
Who knew?
Oh, it's okay. Yep. It's Australia. So it's like So it's like to put that big match there between two women who are from there. That would be dope. And the way, I guess we can get into the rest of the card, right? Day one card, but starting with Becky Lynch versus Nia Jax, which was a highly competitive bout. I was impressed by Nia Jax, the way she's moving in there and the way she looks, the way she's selling, like everything she's doing it animated in there, making an impact with her moveset.
I thought we were going to get another My Whole spot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. There were a couple times.
I was waiting for it. I was like, is she going to
There were a couple times where I thought we were going to get that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I definitely think that was a very good match. I honestly don't think this feud is done. I mean, they're gonna keep going at it a couple more weeks. You would think after Nia beat Becky, I think it was clean, right? Yeah, she beat her straight up.
It was a clean victory. That's why I'm like, I think it should be a one and done.
Yeah, she beat the stream.
I still think because it's Becky, they're gonna have her go at her one more time. Becky's
I want you in a cage match.
Yeah, Becky's gonna like beg her for a rematch, and then probably get the win, and then they're probably gonna have one more. I don't see this ending because I think they're because Becky is too big of a star, and obviously Nia being as dominant as she's been, I just feel as though there's still more meat on the bone with this.
Question: and I don't think she has.
Oh no,
Becky hasn't won. Becky hasn't won the Rumble, has she?
Yes, she has. Yeah, she has. Yeah, the second Women's Royal Rumble, the year that
forced her way
in was Charlotte and Rousey.
Rousey, yeah, that year.
Oh, okay. So never mind. I was about to say like if she hadn't won it, I'm like she might win the Rumble this year, but yeah, I don't know.
I already told you who's winning the Women's Royal Rumble.
Who did you pick?
It's Bayley. It's Bayley.
I mean, there's literally nobody else to go with but Bayley at this point.
Why not Bianca?
She hasn't won.
Why not Bianca?
She hasn't won it.
You said
she's won it already.
Yeah, she's won it already.
So
she won the year she faced Sasha Banks.
Oh damn!
Yeah, that was the year she
won. I really can't remember all the women who won. So the winners have been what? I know it's been
Asuka won the first one. I think Becky won the second one. Then Charlotte won the third one, and then I think
Bianca
after Charlotte won it,
Bianca.
Then Bianca won it. Yeah, that was the next year.
Maybe it is gonna be Bayley.
And then who won it? Who won it? Oh yeah, Rhea won it last year, and then the year before that, it was Ronda Rousey. Yeah, so those are all the winners. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, so it might be Bayley's time.
It's time.
Yeah.
Let's go.
They just need to pull the trigger on that whole damage control story and get her to start climbing that mountain. So
I don't know if they're trying to push and save that for WrestleMania.
Charlotte getting hurt kind of slowed that down, I think.
I mean, yeah.
They can still do it, but
they could. Just have to be creative with it.
Yeah, they'll have to be. WWE will really have to get more in their creative bag.
Because right now you look at it and you think, why would they drop Bayley now? I mean, she's been helping them win. So
yeah, that's what I've been saying. Like, it doesn't make sense right now for them to do that unless she costs EO the title. That's the only way that can happen. But yeah, Nia Jax picking up an impressive win with the uppercut and the Annihilator sit down. Shout out to Yokozuna to get that win. Kofi Kingston and Jey Uso win by referee stoppage. Giovanni looked like he banged his head, looked like a concussion in that match against Imperium. So hopefully he's all right.
No, he's all right.
Truth got
he sent that out. Yeah. He sent out a tweet after the match. Giovanni Vinci, what is his nationality? Because he tweeted something in that native language, pretty much telling everybody he was okay.
I'm not going to act like I know.
Yeah, based off the name, I would think Italian, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking maybe it's Italian, but yeah, he told everyone. He tweeted out that he was all right in that.
I'm not gonna lie. During that match, it almost looked like Jay and Kofi were like.
So the chat is saying Italian. So.
Okay. Yeah. During that match, and when I was replaying like the incident, it looked like Jay was like pissed, like almost as if like, bro, are you really like not gonna like try and finish this match kind of type thing? And I'm like, he kind of looked like, you know, like, a little like, but the way Jay was looking at him, they're like, yo, for real, y'all not gonna let us finish this match? And I was like, I wonder.
I think he was just trying to keep up. I think he was just trying to keep up appearances. I think that's what it was
like. Because he then like took off his like
bad. That was bad.
It was like, what the hell, like. You got beef in the streets.
No, I think it was kind of like it was kind of like he had to portray the character. Obviously, he's against them. He's helping out Kofi, so he doesn't like them. But obviously, the competitor in him is obviously concerned that one of his fellow wrestlers is down. So he's trying to manage all that, but still put on that face for the.
It was funny because Kofi kind of did the same thing. Like, really, like the match is over. But then I feel like they saw the replay of like when he got hit, and then Kofi was like, "Oh," and I was like. Oh, maybe they realized that maybe he did like kind of like
because Kofi tweeted out,
you know.
Because Kofi tweeted out after him with a couple of periods after. So
so yeah, okay. Maybe they just didn't realize it. They were like, "Bro, you got hurt off of that."
But nah, man. Also going into Awesome Truth reforming. Defeating JD McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. Our Truth, always a joy, always being fun.
And Our Truth
doing the whole Shawn Michaels. Like he's doing the Shawn Michaels. I'm sorry, I love you. He didn't do a super kick, but he went for a punch.
I didn't even think of that.
Always hilarious.
Oh,
Yeah,
Give that man a
just
title
always
run.
hilarious. Like he's just
Give that man a title run.
Just hilarious.
Oh, he's definitely earned it.
Bring back the 24/7 championship. That was his baby.
Don't you dare bring that back. Don't you dare bring that back.
That was his baby.
Yeah, no, Lewis. The only
Nikki Cross just threw it in the
associated with that title is when R-Truth had it. Can you admit that?
Huh?
The only positivity that happened when the 24/7 title existed is when R-Truth was holding the title.
I know, but it's just so irrelevant. Like, how many times do you win it? Like, almost like 100 times or something like that? Or like
it was like 52, 53.
Come on now. The title
was a joke. He was rivaling Crash Holly, man. He was rivaling Crash Holly, man.
Jesus.
I used to love Crash Holly, man. But yeah, Awesome Truth picking up the win against JD and Dirty Dom. Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark picking up the win over Tegan Nox and Natalya. Obviously, they're trying to build this tag team division, and I think that's what we're kind of building here with that. But day one was just a little extra Raw special, right? With The Rock returning, right? So looking at it from that standpoint, I think we got.
I really do feel bad for those women though that they got put in a rough spot to follow The Rock. I mean, it was no matter what they did, nothing was going to follow up what The Rock just did. So I feel bad for those women. I think that was one case where they should just cut the match out and went straight to the main event. That's why.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. Yeah, I don't know why. Why does WWE do that? Why does WWE
to me, that was pure AEW booking as far as the women's division goes. Always having the women right before the main event. Like I said, they should just cut that match out entirely, saved it for next week, and just went right to the main event.
I feel like anything you put after something like The Rock is just gonna, I don't know. If anything, maybe you should have done the whole Miz R-Truth thing right after. I don't know, but I don't know. Was there any other matches?
They should have changed it up, or either did it before the main event. No, that's pretty much it. They should have.
Cody and Nakamura. Cody had a promo in the ring, and then Nakamura had another fantastic promo done by Nakamura, and pretty much build towards their match next week. I like the whole story of you didn't get to finish your story, finish my story, so now I'm not going to let you finish yours. So I kind of like that direction. Mm-hmm. Obviously, with these promo packages, Nakamura has been on fire as far as presentation goes. So can't complain about that
for sure.
No, not at all. But let's switch to different companies at the moment. Let's go over to AEW Worlds End, which was hit a little bit by injury bug and
Brian not happy with AEW
storyline booking.
Nah, man.
Are we gonna see the headline there? Samoa Joe, the new AEW champion.
Okay.
And Adam Cole, after months of speculation, months of storytelling, face turned for MJF this whole past year. It was revealed that Adam Cole, off the crutches, was the devil. What do you guys have to say about that?
Okay. Okay. All right.
You want to go first, Brian?
I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna just characterize this whole show. So Daniel, you said you only watched a couple of clips of stuff. Lewis, you actually watched the entire show.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in my humble opinion, from when Adam Copeland versus Christian, when that match started, from there to the end, the show was good. Everything that happened before was I was not a fan of it all. I mean, and we can break down. Some of these matches that happened before. The number one match that disappointed me the most was Swerve against Dustin Rhodes. So Keith Lee was medically unclear to compete. So Dustin Rhodes stepped up as his tag team partner. Now, to me, because Swerve has been so hot as a heel with his matches with Hangman Page and being in the Continental Classic, I felt like this match should have been a quick 3 minutes. He should have beat Dustin Rhodes real quick. Either that or take Dustin Rhodes out, and the matches are no contest. The fact that this was actually competitive, and we're supposed to be still taking Swerve seriously as moving up to that next level as a top heel, I thought was very, very disappointing because with everybody hurt, Bryan Danielson dealing with injuries. Kenny Omega is hurt. The Bucks have been out. Adam Cole is hurt. We haven't seen a lot of Hangman Page lately. Like all their top guys are either injured or taking time off. And Swerve has been the guy that's stepped up the most with everybody hurt. So I would like to think that once Keith Lee went down, whoever you subbed in, Swerve should have ran through them real fast and just moved on. And because he's Dustin is his tag team partner, you could have told a great story with Swerve taking out Dustin Rhodes. Now it gives Keith Lee something even more to fight for since they've been trying to have this feud for the longest time since Keith Lee got hurt. So I thought that was disappointing. The women's title match with Toni Storm and Riho.
It was a good match.
I mean, it was a good match. It was a good match, but I don't know what it is about Riho. I don't know if it's because of her presentation. Because
she didn't seem like a legit contender. I know what you mean. It was like
she's a former AEW Women's Champion, so I'm supposed to be taking her more seriously. And she was in Stardom as a Japanese wrestler. But every time I see Riho, I don't know why my mind immediately compares her to Asuka, Io Sky, and Kairi Sane. And I look at Riho, I'm like Riho, those three, and all three, I would think because they were all in Stardom and because female Japanese wrestlers are booked better in the U.S. that you're supposed to see her along the same level of those women. Look, that's just my opinion. That's the reason why I can't.
Yeah.
I think it just might be her presentation because I get it. Like compared to like what she was wearing, like ring gear wise, like she was wearing like I don't know. It's like not. I don't even remember what she was wearing, but it was just like. I think it was like almost like jean stuff.
Some
and
denim outfit,
denim. And I'm like, this doesn't really scream like I'm a competitor. And like you're in there with Toni Storm, who's like the hottest, female wrestler like in AEW, and it's like her presentation I thought was great. I think they had a good match, but I do get like maybe this should have been more. I don't know how many weeks of build up. I feel like there was only like 2 when she was announced as like the challenger, but like I get it. We also haven't seen her in a while, so it's like
so it came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, here's another challenger, and it was just like
okay.
And they try to reference her like she was the first inaugural women's champion, and I feel like they tried to just kind of use that to give her more credit. But I get what you mean. I think just the presentation of her didn't make her such a like viable, person. So
all right. And the 8-man tag that opened the show, the All-Star 8-man tag, that was another good match. But again, I mean, you literally took all these guys that caught L's in the Continental Classic and just put the baby faces on one side and the heels on the other side and said, "Hey, put them on the card." And I mean, it was a good match, but no story, no build, just throw them out there for the hell of it. And then the other 8-man tag became the story of Chris Jericho and the NDA. Yeah, so that
maybe Chris Jericho should have stayed off.
Yeah. That whole thing with Chris Jericho. So
one match that I was kind of disappointed at, that was going to be more hard hitting, I guess, it kind of started to pick up steam, was the Miro Andrade match. And even that just like, I get it. Andrade is on his way out, and hey, they let him wrestle. It wasn't like a squash match, or like they didn't.
That's the only reason why people cared about that match because of the reports that Andrade was leaving. Because
if nobody would have known, it might have been more like. But I didn't like this whole angle of CJ Perry coming back and like not being with Miro. Oh, I'm gonna go get a client.
Putting Miro against his wife. Stop.
It doesn't work.
Stop.
It doesn't work.
It really doesn't. I mean, we've been through this before, but they work together. Like, but it looks like they're going in that direction now. I mean, like Lewis, like you said, the reason why that story failed is because actually CJ had a health episode when she had that infection in her finger that rolled up her arm, and then she was out for all those weeks, so they couldn't really like tell this whole story. And then on top of it, Andrade was leaving, so there pretty much was no story. No story. It pretty much ended up.
I guess we'll just put them together.
Just put them together and be like, Miro even said in the promo package, I don't want to beat him up because my wife is managing him. I want to beat him up because he's full of shit. It's just like, well, how did that become a part of the story?
Yeah.
How's Andrade been full of shit just because he has your wife?
It's just like,
Just probably just because he knows him.
But it's just like AEW. It's like ever since All Out? Ever since All Out, AEW just hasn't been able to build momentum. People have been getting hurt. People are leaving. The storylines aren't able to continue because people are in and out. Like one thing after another.
It's just been bad luck. It's just been bad luck with them. That's all. I mean, they've hit the injury. The injury bug has hit them very bad. And then you got some other guys who have taken time off and. I remember one point in time.
Scandals.
Yeah, outside scandals. I mean, at one point in time, when during the pandemic, when WWE let go of all those guys and AEW signed them, everybody was looking at AEW as the superior brand as far as the talent roster went because they were so deep with some of these guys. And now, vice versa, years later, now WWE seems like they're the company with the stacked roster now because you look at AEW and it's just a bad patch. I mean, eventually when everybody gets healthy, you would hope that they turn it around, but they need. But I go back to the 8-man tag with Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Darby against the Darby and Sting. I guess the whole Don Callis family and Ricky Starks.
Sting deserves better.
Exactly, and I was going. That's exactly where I was going. The fact that 8-man tag ended up being Sting's last match in what was it? Where was the pay-per-view taking place?
In New York, in Long Island. York?
Yeah, so this is Sting's Long Island. Yeah, so this is Sting's last match in New York, and I got overshadowed by a rumor about Chris Jericho, and.
I did like the whole I did like the Mox Eddie Kingston match. I thought that was well deserved.
Yeah, no, that was good. Yeah, that was a good.
It was a little. I guess this is opposite of WWE. Someone actually winning in their hometown. Well,
technically on the night, they won 50-50. They won 50-50 on the night.
Yeah, they did. But I'm a big Eddie Kingston fan. He's someone that I think he's just one of those more authentic characters. Like I feel like when he'll cut people off and just starts talking like, no, we're doing this or whatever. It's just like that's actually just him, and. I think that's what makes him just so popular. And the fact that I really thought he was out of the, I was inconsistent watching the Continental Classic, but I caught a good amount of them. But then I was like, oh, this dude's losing these titles in this tournament. And then somehow managed to come back and make it to the finals. And I saw the match with him and Bryan Danielson, which was really good. Mm-hmm. And just just the emotions and all the feelings in it was just made it a really good thing. And then to have that chance against him and Jon Moxley, I think was just that was to me was a good story,
Mm-hmm.
Because especially after when Eddie Kingston just looks like he always comes up short in those type of matchups. Yeah. He's always just getting somebody over. He always looked like he was kind of like the Dolph Ziggler of AEW a little bit. He'll get wins here and there. He'll get a mid-card title, and he'll just put all these other guys over. But it finally looked like through this Continental Classic, I don't know if injury played a part or whatever, the match with Daniel Bryanson was awesome. And then he goes up against Jon Moxley, and it's the history they have and all that, especially with the death match and all that, going all the way back to that, to see him progress to that and finally get to the mountaintop in some regard, it's that's awesome to see for Eddie Kingston, the person that just put in so much work to get that in New Jersey, his hometown, as Lewis was saying, that's dope. That's dope to see for Eddie Kingston.
Mm-hmm, yeah. Yeah, no, definitely agree with the both of you. Yo, Eddie Kingston is so authentic. Like I know you guys haven't really been watching Collision, but every episode before Collision, they always do like these little interviews before the show starts.
I watched
every single time, Eddie Kingston is always like, "Yeah, I'm only doing this because they're making me do it," and all this other stuff.
Giancarlo, come here.
It seems so real. Like I could believe that Eddie Kingston really doesn't want to do these fucking interviews, and he's only doing them because they're making him do it. Like I can actually believe that because he's so authentic as a character. And but even before this match, the little promo that him and Moxley had, anytime those two are in the ring and have promo duels, you could tell that they're literally just spitting from the heart. Like like there's no planning with that. You know, they just express how they're feeling, and it comes off genuine. And very like Lewis said, very happy for Eddie Kingston. He's another guy with all the injuries and such that AEW's been dealing with. That's kind of like stepped up and kind of grabbed the brass ring as they would say. So definitely looking forward to big things from him. He's the
Swerve,
champion. Yep. You know, champion of Ring of Honor. He has a New Japan title, now Continental Championship. As far as the hierarchy of the titles go, I still don't know how AEW does that, but we'll see that moving forward. But I actually want to go back to the match before this with Adam Copeland and Christian Lewis. Now the match was good. It was a good match.
It was a good match.
It was a very good match until we got to the finish.
Oh,
now Daniel, I don't know if you saw these clips. Of the fire table spot that they attempted to do.
So I can't believe it went out so fast, and then they started talking about it.
First, they lit the table. First, Christian and Nick Wayne put the fluid on, lit the table, and they were gonna go into the spot. And then I guess they didn't lit it enough because the table completely went out completely. Yep. So much so that they had to improvise. Edge had to knock out Nick Wayne and then grab the lighter fluids himself and then relight the table. Then they light the table, and I guess Edge
is the only one that had experience at the barbecue.
He was trying to put him through real quick, and in the process, the table didn't even break. So,
yeah, I thought he missed the table. I was like, dude, you really just missed the table?
No, I think because the table went out, he was going mad fast to try to make sure the table didn't go out.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure he went through the fire.
Make sure he went through the fire, and the table didn't break. It didn't look that good, but
these indestructible tables.
I don't know what AEW's tables are made of. They don't break. They don't break. They need to talk to WWE about that because WWE's tables are flimsy as hell.
So I have a question. For the both of you about this TNT title contract. Now they probably have said this on commentary. Maybe I missed it, but is the contract really set up like Money in the Bank, whereas then you could cash in the contract?
I didn't even hear about it. It was on 0 Hour, right?
Yeah, it was on 0 Hour.
I didn't know that either.
I thought he just got like a title shot. Like, he could just challenge.
He won the Battle Royal.
Yeah, he won the Battle Royal, won the title shot, but I didn't know that you could cash in the title shot whenever.
He won the Battle Royal.
Yeah,
I think they did mention it because they were talking about he can have it like whenever he wants, and that's why. But the fact that he just gave it, that was the only thing I didn't like. I'm like, I get it. You're trying to make Christian like,
but that's just playing up the.
No, I know, but it's just like he's okay. He's beaten Edge already. He's cheated him already a bunch of times leading up to this. I felt like this would have just been it's the end of the year, blah blah blah, and it was just like, come on, you just had this man like
they got to keep that going though because with all the injuries.
But what else are they gonna do? What else are they gonna do? They just had a no DQ. Like, they don't have any type of. What's next? Just a cage match.
Edge kind of has something to shoot for. He beat Christian for the title. He held up the title. He was only champion for a little
shortest reign
ever. So now he has a reason to go back.
That's how you do Edge.
Yes. So the story will always be there because eventually I think what's going to happen is Kill Switch and Nick Wayne and everybody's going to turn on Christian, and then eventually they're going to have to end up tagging again. So I already know that's coming down the pipe.
Random question. I definitely missed it. When did Nick Wayne's mom join them? Did she help screw him in one of the title matches?
Yeah, it was a couple of weeks ago.
Montreal?
Yeah, it was in Montreal on a Dynamite. It was Edge and Christian for the title, and then she got involved. She hit Edge with the title, costing him the match. And then she said it was because the week prior, I think Edge had given Nick Wayne a concerto with her in the ring. And she played that whole good mother role. What type of a mother would I be if I allowed that to happen and didn't do something in return? You know how.
I'm sorry, Christian was talking mad shit to her. That's why I was like, when the hell did you change sides and agree to be on his side? It was just like
when she saw her baby boy get fucked up. That's what did it. Like, see that I believe that. I know some people online were complaining about it, saying, why would she side with him after everything he said? I mean, everything goes out the window when you see your child getting fucked up right in front of you. So
I guess it was just like he said some foul stuff. That's why I was like, oh, that's why your husband's dead and this and that. Like, I was just like, damn. And you're like, all right, now I'm gonna help you. Like, it was just like, But yeah, the whole
as I said, Christian, like, he's the biggest heel because all he says is, your father's dead, I'm your daddy.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like, he's the
all right,
that's all it is. That's his heel. That's his stick.
Okay, all right, but the main event. All right, so we want to talk about this right now. The devil reveal.
I will say this. I was very shocked, not in the reveal, but in just shocked that Joe won the title. I really did not expect MJF to lose that.
Clean at that.
Was it clean?
Yeah, it was clean. He choked him out cleanly. Yeah.
At least not the Samoa Joe.
Yes. Yeah.
At least not the Samoa Joe.
Hey, I'm glad that at least, because I feel like we've been talking about this for a while, where just like MJF has kind of been put in this like kind of invincible position. Like, how many times have we seen him defend the ROH titles alone and win and stuff like that, And I feel like this was just one of those moments where it was just like, hey, you can actually lose. And he did, and they did it. And I was like when the ref was like, and that was the only thing I thought. I was like, and I feel like WWE switches it up sometime, or even AEW, where they're like, isn't it when they do this and then it drops? I feel like sometimes when people get choked out, they're like, oh, they're out. They don't always do the one, two.
They don't always do it.
They go back and forth.
Yeah. They kind of pick and choose when to do it. But even the referee, after MJF dropped his hand the third time, even he was like, hold on.
He's out.
He hesitated for a second, like, hold on, he was supposed to do that? Okay, all right, ring the bell. But obviously, I think they just did that. That's to
that's the cue. All right, I got you.
Yeah. So Samoa Joe wins the title, and he immediately leaves the ring.
Yep.
So now the world title is not associated with this new storyline now between Adam Cole and MJF. Masked men hit the ring. They surround the ring. Lights go out. Lights come back on. All the masked men are on one side of the ring with Adam Cole. MJF is looking on. They all unmasked. What do we see? We see Roderick Strong. We see Mike Bennett, Matt Taven, and Wardlow. Which I just want to say, I know a lot of people complained that Adam Cole was the devil, but it was the exact same thing when Cody Rhodes won the Royal Rumble. Sometimes in wrestling, the most obvious thing to do is the best thing to do, because who else was going to be the devil that the fans were gonna be satisfied and accept? I mean, couldn't do CM. He's not
Tony Khan.
He's not a character.
Should have been the devil.
He's not a character.
That would have been the perfect story. That would have been the perfect.
In what way, shape, or form?
That would have been the perfect story.
In what way, shape, or form?
MJF's contract situation. MJF contract situation should be the reason why he's like, I had to get the title off you. You didn't sign yet. Adam Cole said he will help me.
But he's not a character. He's never been a character. He just makes some
Adam Cole.
Daniel,
have Adam Cole and those guys do his bidding.
Daniel, there's a video in the chat.
Have Adam Cole and those
Tony
guys
Khan introducing Giannis Antetokounmpo when they were in Milwaukee. Okay, That video right there should tell you right there. There's no fucking way that Tony Khan should ever be the devil or should ever be an on-screen
Shouldn't
character.
be a character whatsoever.
that right there cemented it for me.
Yeah, no. And yeah, like Adam Cole it just makes sense. Now I don't know if does this mean he's cleared, which I mean I don't know what the status is with this whole leg thing or whatever. I mean
Britt Baker, what ruined it was Britt Baker showed that he was out of his boot before the pay-per-view. It was like a day before or so that he was out of his boot. So it's like when I saw him come out with crutches and stuff like that, I'm like, come on now. Like
so you know
they ruined the story in that aspect.
That.
Like
I didn't even know that. But you know what's funny? Because I was rewatching. I didn't get to watch it live. So the video I clicked on, no, not even. I was trying not to watch anything on social media, but of course my dumbass went on IG and all I saw was the guys in all black and then someone sitting like this, but all I got to see was long hair. And immediately I didn't think Adam Cole. You know who I thought it was? I thought it was Mustafa Ali. Just because he like the long hair. And I was like, yo, is he really in AEW? And then when it got closer to it, I was like, okay, this makes sense.
That would have been interesting.
I know. But I feel like it would have been random.
Retribution 2.0.
Exactly. It would have been looked upon like that. Yeah. So maybe that would
literally. But yeah, I think what Brian said, like, it's the most logical thing to do. Like, we all know, you know, they've been doing this whole buddy thing for like well over like half the year now, and we all know how good.
It made sense.
Adam Cole is.
It made sense. But is that effective enough for right now? What AEW needs is that effective enough for Adam Cole to do that?
If he never broke his foot, I'm pretty sure they had like a very very good idea of how they were gonna reveal this, because all the stuff that they were doing before when Adam Cole was healthy, all those videos, all those packages of them as a tag team doing the double clothesline, doing the kangaroo kick. I mean, that was some entertaining TV for that AEW.
Them like Kowloons and everything.
Yeah, it's like being at the Kowloon restaurant. Yeah, all that was good stuff. So you can only imagine if Adam Cole wasn't hurt, what direction the storyline would have taken. But
that's my only thing is like, is he actually healed? Is he actually going to wrestle, or is he just going to kind of be like Roderick Strong and be in the cast, boot, whatever, you know, the whole time, and then shock reveal like, oh, I'm actually healed.
No, see, that's another thing about this that's gonna suck, yo. Roger Strong is not gonna be that guy anymore. Adam, we're not gonna get that.
I was actually really starting to like that character. I don't know why. It's actually funny as hell.
It only works when he says Adam. Anytime he did it with anybody else, like Samoa Joe, Renee, like it wasn't.
I like Renee. He was like
Adam.
But I will say that was probably the big shocker, is that I really didn't think MJF was going to lose that title anytime soon. Maybe this coming year with this whole contract, but I'm seeing too many reports. Oh, people already think he resigned, that he signed a while ago, blah, blah, blah. But then now we're getting that he's removed off the roster. So who knows? Nobody knows at all.
I think he's signed.
I'm pretty sure he's not leaving. You know?
People say a lot of things about.
There's no way
AEW about Tony Khan, but I don't think he's dumb enough to. I think he's smart enough to realize who his number one guy is, and he probably took care of that months ago. So yeah. I mean, we don't know. I mean, apparently they removed him from the roster page on their website. I mean, it could be for a storyline, could not be. We'll see.
He could also be legitimately hurt too. I'm gonna look at everything that he had on in the ring, like the strap and this and that. And then what was it? All In, where he was talking about like his hip and everything. Like I think
there was a report that said that like he's taking time off, torn labrum, messed up hip. Maybe some other stuff that we don't even know about, because he released an article on the Players Tribune. MJF did. It's a very good read. I suggest you guys read it, talking about how AEW is 5 years old now. He was thanked a bunch of people. Talked about a lot of his storylines, a lot of the rivalries that he's been in, and he talked about anti-Semitism and everything. So it's actually a good read.
I didn't get a chance to read that. I got to check it out.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll share the link. Share the link in the chat. I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, MJF, hopefully he can heal up because it did look like he was banged up with the straps and stuff like that. And maybe this is a way to ride him off for a little bit, which is weird because isn't Revolution like their big pay-per-view and stuff like that?
I mean, that's going to be the Sting farewell show. That's going to be his last match ever. Mm-hmm. So they're probably going to. I mean, at this point, they're probably just going to build the whole show around him. I mean, think about all the people that should. Now MJF is added to that list. Your top guy is added to that list of injuries now. I mean,
for Sting's last match, they better not do a whole like Darby Allin versus Sting.
Who do they have left? That's a proven draw. But besides Moxley, maybe. I mean, Bryan Danielson's hanging on by a thread. I don't know when he's gonna be down again. I mean, he's wrestling with a whole bunch of injuries.
It's got to be Darby.
You think so?
It's got to be Darby.
But what, like, as it's just like, hey, me and you should have a match, like, or pull like a heel turn, like Darby turns on Sting.
I think they can have a match because it's like that's his mentor. Like I've learned from you from all these years, these couple years that we've been together. I want to be the one, like, let me be the one to like have the last match. Like I feel it doesn't need to be extra. They don't need to do no extra.
Can Sting really take? Can Sting really take a coffin drop at this point
for his last match?
I mean, he's diving off stages and shit.
Yeah, but
if it's the last,
he's diving off stages.
If it's the last time.
I mean, yeah, that probably does make.
They got to do something nice for Sting, man.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. But yeah,
because it's like that's his last match.
Yep. But good old AEW, man. And I know we bash on them a lot, but we do want them to succeed.
I'm a fan of AEW. I'm not gonna sit here and say I watch it consistently. I try and keep up with it. Like I'm definitely a big MJF fan, big Swerve fan. Still want Keith Lee to do something, but now that like Joe is like, I'm happy that Joe finally has a world title. I think he definitely deserves it. And he mentioned something in his media scrum, which I thought was really interesting because they were asking him, they're like, when you were, your last championship was in like NXT, and then to go, there was that period where you were doing commentary and this and that, and then now to be you kind of weren't in like your best whatever, and then he was like to be here now have a championship, like he's like I think there's a lot of misconception about that time. He's like because I was actually taking time off and healing myself, which that's why it makes more sense, because I remember hearing all the he had like the thumb thing, his ankle, a whole bunch of that while he was on commentary. And then, he had that match where we were like, yo, Joe is looking out of shape. That match in NXT where he had the title. I forget. I think against
Killian Cross.
Yeah. And we were like, yo, Joe might need to. And I think that's what they were asking. It was like, yo, you were like close to retiring. And then look what you're on now. He was like, no, I finally took time to like let my body heal, like actually listen to doctors.
Trying to get healthy.
Yeah. And he was like, and I think that's the misconception a lot of people had about that time. And then to like when he got released and everything, it was just like, I was actually healing up. And to see where he is now, where he looks like he's, at 100% and, wrestling consistently and putting on his great matches. That's why I was like, it's nice to see him getting his just due,
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
Because I've always thought
a lot of people on the card getting their due.
Yeah, I always thought Joe was like a great. I always wanted him to win a title in WWE so badly.
Oh,
at least one time.
At least once. He's a guy.
I remember when he fought Brock Lesnar.
I was hoping.
And then he fought AJ Styles.
That should have been a trilogy.
Wendy.
Him and Brock. That should have been a damn trilogy.
That's like one of those
should have been
Joe, Brock, and then Keith Lee and Brock. I feel like that could have been money right there.
Yeah.
Keith Lee wasted the Bearcat.
Bearcat, don't
wasted.
Remind me. Don't ever say that again.
Don't remind me.
It's funny, but during that time, I was begging him
ahead.
to ask for his release from WWE to go to AEW because I figured that they would use him better. Now I'm begging him to go back to WWE now because Triple H will actually take care of him.
Yep. Let him be with his wife. Let him be with his wife.
It might be too late. It might be too late. Or maybe that was his release. He wasn't medically cleared. He was released. Maybe that's what it is.
Another Rumble appearance.
But yeah, AEW World End. AEW
WWE don't have that many spots.
Could be.
They're deep. Like, damn.
It's only 30 spots. They got to make it 40 now. Extended to the 40.
You gotta get the people who actually wrestled, who actually were signed throughout the entire year to get them that sign.
Oh, man.
I know.
To get a spot.
They gotta get this spot too. They've been working hard all year.
Bullshit. But let's move on to SmackDown, a preview of SmackDown's Revolution, New Year's Revolution here at the end here. That's going to be happening on Friday. Big number one contenders match between Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and LA Knight. This basically coming back after AJ Styles returned 2 weeks ago and then turned around and battled Solo Sikoa and had in that fight and turned around, attacked LA Knight. So now these three guys who have been kind of positioning themselves, LA Knight's been kind of assenting himself in the absence, of Randy Orton and AJ Styles. AJ Styles now comes back fighting for his position. Randy Orton recently comes back saying daddy's home. Obviously, he's trying to go after the bloodline. So what do you guys think about this match coming together? What do you guys think? Who do you guys think is going to win and face Roman at the Royal Rumble?
I'm saying Randy. I for sure think it's Randy. But I don't know. This is like tough because it's two returns. You got Randy coming back, AJ's coming back looking great, and it's like if he loses, it's like what? I mean, I guess he could just be in the Rumble, but I don't know. Big picture for the Rumble, Randy just makes the most sense to me right now. So that's where I'm coming out looking at it.
I'm also leaning in that direction. However, it wouldn't surprise me because of how strongly all three of these guys. Well, not AJ Styles because he's been he had been out. But as far as Orton and LA Knight go, it wouldn't surprise me if we had some type of schmoz and it ended up being a fatal four-way.
That'd be sick.
Now, I actually think that's the direction they should go.
That would be crazy.
Yeah, just make it a fatal four-way at this point. I mean, all three of them have a legitimate case to go after Roman Reigns in the bloodline right now. So at this point, I mean, you could say Randy Orton has the bigger case because he was out for a year and a half, but they took AJ out. I mean, LA Knight was the most recent challenger who got screwed that crown jewel. So I mean, all three of them have a case. So it kind of would be better if you had all of them in a fatal four-way, and that way Roman can just deal with all of them and then move on to the next program.
I don't know. I would, if anything, and I know you might disagree, but I would have LA Knight take the pin. Like, let's say Randy wins. LA Knight takes the pin, but then AJ can be like, well, I didn't lose. I didn't take the pin. And then you have I'd say it'd be better as a triple threat. That way LA Knight still has a chance in the Rumble, even though we know he's not winning. But I'd rather see him in the Rumble and
the Royal Rumble has had a couple triple threat matches or multi-man matches. They had Seth Rollins, Brock, and John Cena. They had Braun Strowman, I believe.
Brock and Kane.
Brock Lesnar. Was it Seth?
It was Kane.
Was it Seth in that one?
It was Kane in that one. I remember that one.
It was Kane.
Wasn't the best triple threat. That was
Brock Lesnar punched the hell out of
Brock Lesnar punched the fuck out of Braun Strowman because Braun Strowman was moving fast. I remember that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's been a couple multi-man matches. I remember JBL, Big Show, and Kurt Angle way back in the day. So they have done it before. They've had multi-man matches for the title before. So if it does become a fatal four-way, that would be awesome. And I think that would be dope if they did that, because that would just add to the Royal Rumble. That would just really add to the Royal Rumble. And to have all those guys in a match like that, and then you can have somebody take the pin, nobody gets hurt in that situation in terms of that. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens here and who's the next challenger for Roman Reigns. And that's like Roman Reigns is not going to fight until the end of the month. So that's another thing. So it's like he's just getting a vacation until the end of the month now that I think about it. But it's going to be interesting
Did
to
they
see
announce
who wins
if he's going to be at the Revolution thing?
I think
so.
I think he is going to be there. I believe so.
I would really hope that he would address this whole.
He should be.
I mean, number one contender for his title.
Again, that's why I'm thinking why they did bring back The Rock, and he did mention head of the table. So that means a lot of eyes are going to be tuned in on SmackDown to see if potentially if The Rock shows up, if Roman addresses it. Roman did make a laugh emoji on Twitter. So there is that. So there's that in the world now. So it's going to be interesting. He should be there, especially with the number one contenders match of that magnitude. He should be there regardless. He should be there. But let's move on to the United States title tournament, number one contendership. Santos Escobar facing Kevin Owens. Santos Escobar defeating Dragon Lee and Bobby Lashley. And Kevin Owens defeating Austin Theory and Carmelo Hayes to get here. What do you guys think about this? Who do you guys have winning and advancing?
This was a tough one, at least for me.
I thought it was tough too, but I've been watching. But if you've been watching Logan Paul's little promos that they were doing in between matches and such, he's been taking a lot of shots at Kevin Owens. So I think I forget what he called him. He called him like a Reddit something or some.
Yeah, you're like a Reddit. I forget what he said. It was something like that. Yeah, and so I guess you're right with the because I guess if Santos won, it's only reason I was thinking maybe Santos is just because he just got his new faction and he just brought out Humberto Carrillo and Angel Garza, so it's you're kind of hot bringing in these new guys and after getting these wins and everything, but then it'd be heel. It's why would you want Santos versus Logan? And then it's to have Santos probably lose, I just don't think would be a good fit for his push. So maybe him taking a loss to Kevin might make no more sense.
It depends. If Rey Mysterio is ready, then, or matter of fact, he doesn't even have to be ready. What you could do is you could just literally just have his music play and just have him walk out and just have Santos look at him and then get distracted and then KO takes advantage.
That would make sense.
Easy push the story just by doing that.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, they're gonna drag. I feel like they're gonna drag that out. I got Kevin Owens winning because it looks like that's gonna line up and maybe that sets up Logan Paul, Kevin Owens. I'm thinking Austin Theory and Grayson Waller get involved somehow. I've been saying that for the past couple months. They're gonna screw over Kevin Owens at some point. So I don't know if it's at the title. I don't know if it's in this match happening on Friday. But I feel like somehow they got to get involved at some point. At some point, they got to get involved.
Yeah, because I don't think Logan Paul's losing that title anytime soon.
No. But let's go to Butch and a mystery partner first is Pretty Diddley. Butch obviously breaking off from Rich Holland and that whole situation. Breaking down. So he's looking for a mystery partner, ran into Pretty Diddley. Nick Aldis says they're going to be a match between the two, and he can pick his partner. Who do you guys think it's going to be, and who do you got winning?
Tyler Bate.
That's what I was going to say. Yep. But did Rich Holland did he just kind of up and leave, or did he get injured?
Yeah.
So
I saw when he was pissed off after they lost the match, and he stormed off.
Yeah, so he did up and leave, and he had been off TV for a few weeks, and then he reappeared on NXT, challenged Dragunov to a match, saying that that he's trying to trying to change and be different and see where he stands, and then he took Dragunov out with a storyline injury, and I guess apparently Dragunov was supposed to face Trick Williams tonight, and I guess that match got changed. So Trick Williams ended up facing Grayson Waller. That's how I saw it was advertised. I don't know if it changed in the next hour or so, but that's what they were saying. But yeah, so I think Rich Holland, they branched away from the whole Brawling Brutes thing. I mean, it really doesn't have any legs to stand on without Sheamus anyway. So and Sheamus is still out. So Sheamus can always come back and bring everybody back together. But as far as the mystery partner goes, I think, yeah, pretty much it has to be Tyler Bate because
especially after that
after
that match, what was the thing called? The
match against Noam Dar, the
crap they did with the scoring and everything.
Yeah. That's Noam Dar, the Heritage Cup.
No. The one that was at the pay-per-view, not the PLE.
Oh, on the Iron Survivor Challenge?
That one.
Yeah.
I feel like that he had such a great showing, and obviously him and Butch have like that history, so I feel like that just makes the most sense to be like his partner. And it'd be great for him to finally get called up too. So
British Strong Style. Yep, that's done.
British Strong Style.
Yep, that was the stable they came up in. Yeah, that was the stable they came up in. British Strong Style. And,
I didn't know that.
I thought it was what was Mustache Mountain?
Mustache Mountain.
Yeah.
I thought it was Mustache Mountain.
I think Trent Seven was in that group too. I think all three of them were called British Strong Style, and then
yeah.
Went on his way. Then they became Mustache Mountain.
But yeah, that will be interesting to see who comes out and who's his mystery partner. And does Mia Yim have any chance of defeating Io Sky for the women's title?
How did she get a title shot?
Yes. Yeah. Hold up. Yes, she does. As a partner, get Keith Lee back.
Come on now. How did she get a title shot? Was it just
because she pinned Io Sky in that 8-woman tag that they had on SmackDown.
I'm a big Mia Yim fan.
That's how she got it.
Yeah. I'm a big Mia Yim fan, or Michin, or whatever the hell her name is. But I don't know why they don't just let her wrestle. Just let her wrestle. She has such a great character in NXT, and then they just put her with people or just kept her here and there.
In the club.
And then I'm just like, yo, let
hold on, wait a minute. Does she have a good character? Because even in the prime when she was in NXT, I mean, I remember she had a feud with Shayna Baszler, but what was her character? Think about it.
She just had like the bandana and like she had like the camouflage. And like I felt like she just stood out as her own character. I feel like she didn't like. I never understood her being with the OC. That just didn't really make sense. It was like the OC was supposed to combat the Judgment Day, but it really didn't do anything. And then AJ was injured, and then they were injured, so it was just like it just kind of left her kind of fighting for her own and not being on TV.
Left her flunder.
Yes, like no, she was only in the OC because they needed a female.
If she's going to be utilized, she needs to be in a tag team with Zelina Vega. Because I actually like them together, and I think they can actually build some type of tag team with that.
I just don't like all these women just getting put into tag teams. It's just like
they ain't doing shit else, so you might as well.
I guess, but
that's what else they're gonna do?
I know, but it's just like if you have everyone in the tag team, how are you building new single stars though? If everyone else is in a tag team. Like we just talked about this with Raw.
Because somebody's going to split. Somebody's going to separate themselves. Somebody's going to separate themselves.
That doesn't happen so easily unless they just turn on their partners. It's just like this is why I'm like, yo, who's left to even face? Who's left to even face
Shawn Michaels, the Raw?
Because remember,
it's been happening forever.
I know, but like I'm saying, look at all the contenders we had literally at what was it, Crown Jewel, Shayna, Zoe, Nia. Like you already got 2 of those in a tag team now, and then it's like now the only contenders are either people who are just coming up like Ivy Nile or Becky and Nia. It's like you have who else is Rhea fighting right now?
No, but I mean you got to keep building. You got to keep building these tag teams, man.
No,
got to keep building them. You got to put them together.
No.
Io Sky's going to fight Bailey.
No,
she's going to fight Bianca's still there. Shotzi's still there.
Like Daniel, like
talking about Raw though.
Jade is on the
I'm talking about Raw though.
Lewis, you got Nia Jax. You got Becky Lynch.
For example, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven, they're about to break up after this title match.
It gets crazy after that.
All right.
You think
Chelsea,
so?
Yeah, I think so. Now that they're about to break up and they're gonna go off in their own way, Chelsea Green is gonna be a serious heel Karen character, and Piper Niven is probably gonna go back to being what the hell she should have been when she first came to the roster. I'm convinced they're gonna break up because the only reason why they were even together was because of the damn curse with the tag team titles. Fucking Chelsea kept losing partners left and right, and now so there's no reason for them to be
Change
together.
The design.
I don't know. I just want more singles. Like this is what I'm saying. Like if Mia Yim is to be considered an actual contender, it's like actually have her wrestle singles matches and wins and like this is how you build stars. You know, you can't just have everyone. Oh, you're in a tag team. You're in a tag team. You're in a tag team. Oh, okay. Now you're gonna get a singles match. Just like what? Like you've been in a tag team the whole time. Why are you getting a singles match now?
Look, man, SmackDown was only 2 hours long.
Hey, she got the pin. That's why she's getting the match. She got the pin. She got the most important thing in wrestling, the win. The win, Lewis. The win.
So you believe she's gonna win the title?
That's all that matters.
Of course not.
No. Tell me then. No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. You believe she's gonna win the title?
You know she ain't gonna win that shit.
Yes or no?
I think Io's gonna win because she's a great champion.
I
think Io's gonna win because she's a great champion.
You don't want to say
but
the truth.
Mia Yim has the same opportunity as Io Sky. The same opportunity to get the win, Lewis.
Is there a bull behind you?
It's about
is there
the
a
win.
bull behind you? Because I see the crap coming out right now. I see the bullshit coming out.
I'm telling the truth. Where am I telling the lie right now?
It was a yes or no question.
Mia Yim has every opportunity.
It was a yes or no question.
Just like Ivy Nile had the opportunity.
Because you believed Ivy Nile was going to win the title, right? You believed she was going to win the title, right?
He had a chance.
They got no.
That's not the question. That's not.
They need to do the same. They need to do the same thing for Mia Yim that they did for Ivy now, and give her that a 30-second promo package, reminding everybody of who the hell Mia Yim is. And there'll be a lot more. And there'll be a lot more highlights to go through for all the stuff that she's done in NXT.
Yeah, because they've been forgot it. Haven't seen it.
No, and they got plenty of stuff to go to with her. So. They'll do that. They'll do that for her to make you.
They're gonna be like, she had a bandana. She wore Timbs.
No, bring the Timbs back, please.
She wore Timbs.
Bring the Timbs back, please.
About the damn name. I know. Did they settle on Michin now? Like it's definitely Michin.
I don't like that name.
That's another thing.
It's Michin. Mia Yim. They still call her both.
It's like one man.
Mia Yim. I don't understand why.
Exactly, bro. You're confusing people now.
I don't understand why
people don't care. Because it's like, yo, what the fuck do we call it?
You're complicated.
Going back and forth between the two names.
She needs to have her old gear from NXT. She needs to have that type of attitude that she had in NXT, and she will be fine. She should, honestly, the way things going, she should join Damage Control. But overall, it's like, let her have her own character. And if they're not, at least put her in a tag team with Selena Vega, because I at least think they can be good together as a tag team.
No more tag teams.
At least. We need tag teams, Lewis.
We need single stars too.
They have to build the women's division up. They have single stars. They have enough.
Oh, okay. I'll say this.
Bianca Belair, Bayley, Io.
Look at the imbalance. Look at the imbalance from SmackDown to Raw. Look at the massive imbalance.
Oh, okay. I'll say this much. Shayna Baszler shouldn't be in a tag team right now. I'll say that much. I'll get that's a good example. She's the one.
Zoe Stark shouldn't be in a tag team.
Oh, but what else are they gonna do? Put them in a tag team. What else are they gonna do? Put them in a tag team.
We
need to build the women's division.
They were already in a tag team.
We need to build the women's division.
They were already in a tag team.
They
were already in a tag team.
Oh, we're backpedaling now. Oh, we're back.
They were already in a tag team. They were already in a tag team. It was like
they weren't in the tag team at Crown Jewel.
It was like bitter enemies.
They weren't in the tag team at Crown Jewel.
How long ago was that? 3 months ago?
But from your logic, this makes sense, right? You just said, what else are they going to do? Put them in a tag team. We got to build the women's division, right?
Shayna Baszler. Hey. Tag team. They're a tag team. I'm just saying. I agree with you. I agree with you, but they got to build this tag team division.
No, they don't. Why is it?
Yes, they
can't build.
Yes, they do.
Tag team division off of makeshift teams. Make real teams like you did with the champions who were actually tag team in NXT. And look at that. They won the tag team titles because they were a tag team.
Yeah, but Lewis, they're the only like legit tag team that's been built.
Why aren't they? Why
exactly?
You know what? If anything, why don't they send all these tag teams back to NXT and actually build some characters? And then, you know, kind of like how they do the men. I don't know. Maybe that might work.
You mean the makeshift tag teams that the men have as well?
Like how the brothers came from NXT. And so, you know, they're a tag team. They came up together.
Oh, come on. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory are makeshift. But yet people are entertained by them. So
only because of Grayson Waller.
Drew McIntyre and Sheamus were a tag team.
Did they win gold?
The Banger Bros, remember that? No, they didn't.
They challenged for it.
Exactly. What was the point? Oh, I'm sorry. Did they need to stack up the tag team division anymore?
They challenge for it, so that counts.
Hey, I'm just saying they need. They're a tag team.
No, unless they have a shirt.
Dolph Ziggler and
unless they have a shirt.
Robert Roode.
Unless they have a shirt, they're not a tag team.
Now we're talking about merchandise.
They need something besides their own names. They need something besides just their names to be an actual tag team.
So if it's not on WWE Shop, they're not a tag team.
I mean, even what's Katana Chance and Kaden Carter's shirt?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope they have at least a shirt.
What's their tag team name? Oh, it's just
it's just them.
KC2.
Huh?
It's KC2.
Oh, now you're making merch for them, Dan. I didn't know you were doing that.
No, you should say KC.
That's their name.
That's the tag team. That actually is a good name, though. KC3, KC2, KC3. That actually makes that's actually a good name.
Oh man. Jesus.
No, I'm just being honest. I mean, what else are they supposed to do? That's the only way they can put tag teams together. That's why we think Tyler Bate is going to be Pete Dunne's new tag team partner and bring back British Strong Style.
And maybe they'll think of their own name. Oh, see how you just gave them a name right there? Why don't the women's tag team champs have a name?
Because they don't have
all these other tag teams have names. Look at the previous championships: Chelsea Green and Piper. How long were they tag champs for? Never got a tag team name.
They didn't have a name either. It was pretty much because Chelsea had that was her third partner. So they didn't have a name either.
Hey, they gotta put it together.
It's like you have a blueprint.
Hey, one of the best tag teams all time, the Hollywood Blondes, Brian Pillman and Steve Austin, were put together as a mixed tag team, and they became one of the greatest acts in WCW. Thank you very much. Show some respect.
Oh, but did they not wrestle? Did they not wrestle other tag teams with their own names?
Yes.
Oh,
because
that was established. Because that was already kind of part of the foundation. You don't have a foundation, it kind of doesn't work.
I thought we have to go back to the archives.
I don't know what you want from me, Lewis. Makeshift tag team.
I'm saying
makeshift tag team.
Don't just say put them in the tag team. It's what they need, and it just doesn't even work. That's what.
I'm just saying. Chris Jericho and the Big Show were a tag team. Edge and Randy Orton were a tag team.
But there was a foundation.
Rated RKO. I'm just naming them.
Oh.
I'm just naming them. I'm just naming them out of nowhere.
The fact that we're spending this much time on the women's tag team division right now is
Dan likes to sit on a hill on something that doesn't need to be sat on.
It's a point of emphasis. It's a point of emphasis that needs to be established. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
That's
all I'm saying. You'd rather
that's
have
what WWE is doing right now.
But you'd rather have more tag teams than single stars. That's what you're saying right now.
You can have better. You can have more matches on a card,
huh? But why can't
you can have more? You can have more matches.
Why can't they have singles matches? Why can't you build up stars and get wins? Isn't that kind of the point? Isn't that how you highlight your skills? Not just keep putting you on a tag team so more women are on the card.
Yeah, we all love that.
That's what they're doing. That's what they're gonna do. When there's like 10 tag teams in like 3 months, I'm just gonna say, I told you so.
No,
They have many hours of television, Lewis. I'm just saying.
Oh,
I'm just saying. They got many hours of
talking
television.
about this many hours in the 2 women's spots.
I'm just saying. The Rock is not going to come back for a 30-minute segment every week. Okay, they need to fill time.
That's not what I'm saying.
Right?
I'm saying
that's all I'm saying.
No, but this is what I'm saying. Why are we not building up new singles competitors? Why are we just throwing everyone in tag teams just so they have something to do? Have them have singles matches.
Raquel Rodriguez got hurt. She has some type of condition.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she has a condition right now.
She has some type of condition that
we want to know.
Yeah,
but because
it's like on some fucking Kenny Omega shit.
Yeah, but like Daniel said, like I said, there's only 3 hours of Raw and 2 hours of SmackDown per week, and they can't feature everybody in their own individual single feud, so they have to go this route of
that is true
tag teams.
I get that, but if you're gonna consistently have the same women all the time, when is anybody supposed to get a singles match and grow? You had all those packages for Tegan Nox, and then boom, she's in a tag team with Natalya. All those video packages.
That's how you separate who.
Huh?
That's how you separate who's who, though, in tag teams. Somebody always branches out. Well, not everybody's the Usos or the New Day.
Well, she came in as a single star, and then boom, they just put her in a tag team just to have her lose. That's what I'm saying.
Because she's not. Hey, blame Becky Lynch. There we go. Blame Becky Lynch. She didn't get Tegan Nox over. There we go.
Oh God.
Yeah, there we go.
Here you go. But it's also. But also, you also have to factor in. There's also other things you have to factor in too. Remember, like you said, they did that promo package for her, and I think she had like a couple of one-on-one matches. What if they felt her character work wasn't strong?
No, for sure. I wasn't behind Tegan Nox at all. Her coming back since whatever. But I'm just saying, it's like, don't highlight people and bring them in. Oh, this person's coming, this and this and that, and then just put them in the tag team. It's like, so what was all this hype about bringing in this person? You know, it's like, I get it. There's only so much TV time, and whatever. Just be in a mixed tag, just be in a tag team. We'll show everybody, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like you gotta create.
It worked for Liv Morgan, and you guys pushed her to the moon. Everybody wanted her to have a singles push, and they gave it to her, and it was one of the most crap storylines ever written. You gotta be careful.
Oh, and I wonder why. What was that key factor? Ronda Rousey.
No,
or maybe Liv Morgan has limitations.
You don't know how far she can fly. You don't know how high she can fly.
She's hardcore, remember? She can take the punishment, remember?
Hardcore.
She was going through tables like every week. I told you. I said it before.
That match
they should have gave that to Nikki Cross.
That match with Ronda was horrendous.
Shitty finish.
And I wonder why. Shitty finish. Shitty matchup. It should have never happened.
It should have never been Ronda as her first competitor. Like, it didn't make any sense. I forget how she even got the title shot. I forget.
She won Money in the Bank and cashed in on Ronda when she was down.
No, wait, Liv won with Money in the Bank, right?
Yeah, I think she cashed
in. How did Ronda get that title shot?
How did Ronda get the title?
Was it just a rematch?
Yeah, I think it was just a rematch.
Yeah, just a rematch.
Yeah.
There are no more rematches.
She got that fluke. Yeah. She got that fluke match. She got that fluke win, and then
the crowd turned on her for it.
Because it should have never happened. As I said, it should have never happened.
Prime example of when the booking literally fucks you over. It's not you or not anything you did. It's just literally the booking just put you in a shitty spot and you can't overcome it. That's literally what happened.
Are you blaming Vince McMahon for Liv Morgan's booking?
Yes,
I won't allow it. Because I won't allow it.
I mean, first of all, we've always been talking about Money in the Bank as a tired concept anyway. And And now on top of that, I mean, Ronda Rousey was never the best booked female. Whether it was her character work or whatever it was, there was always something about Ronda Rousey. Whether it was how she talked or anything, it was always something suspect with Ronda Rousey. And then you took all that and put her with Liv Morgan, and I don't know what the goal was, because I mean, they still wanted Ronda to be a babyface at the time, even though Liv was the one up and coming. So.
But you know the thing with Ronda, I felt like her first run was actually very good.
Was okay.
Like, I mean, for what we expected, like she was pulling out like moves that were like she's like running up people and like putting them in arm bars. Like they actually, which I thought was like, okay, she actually has a move set repertoire. But that's why I think her as a baby, because she didn't have to really talk shit. And then when she tried to talk shit, it was just very corny and just like too like, oh yeah, like, what are you saying?
Like that debut tag team, match,
like it's just like you're stupid. Like I don't know, like all these stupid people. Like she tried to do like the same like talking crap about the crowd and whatever, but it's like it's just nobody was buying it. It's like, yo, your mic work is trash. Like you might need to go work on that.
It was that was the problem with Ronda Rousey.
And then, like you said, you thought she would have benefited from like a mouthpiece, somebody just talking for her, because it's just like, yo, you have basically the female Brock Lesnar right here. All she had to do was have somebody talk shit for her, and she could just compete. She could say this 1-2 things like, "I'll break your neck, I'll break your arm, I'll watch." Like, simple, but you let her go and be like, yeah, you don't know what you can do, and it's just like, what?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Horrible.
I don't know what her future holds. I don't know if she's going to AEW at some point or whatever that is, or if she's going to ROH or whatever.
Yeah,
but hopefully she works on her mic skills and get that right.
Please,
hopefully,
please, for the sake,
because it's not
business.
For the sake of God, please.
You got money. She got millions of dollars. Go take some classes. Yeah, but there's nothing else on the docket. I think we covered everything going into Friday. That will do it for episode 46. As always, thank you guys for joining me. We're hitting on the road to Royal Rumble. We're getting closer to episode 50, which should take place after our 1-year anniversary, which is the Royal Rumble. So the Royal Rumble will be our 1-year anniversary of our show, breaking this in.
Nice.
It's going to get interesting as we get to the road to Royal Rumble. We got The Rock coming in. We got CM Punk, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Gunther still in the mix, Cody Rhodes, Shinsuke. Like, all these people are in the mix here for the Royal Rumble. And can't wait to talk about it. Can't wait to see about it. And
Andrade.
Go from there, man. Just shit. Andrade's potentially coming back in. Trinity, Mercedes Moné. It's getting interesting. It's getting interesting for sure.
Yes, it is.
But that will do it for this episode. As always, guys, thank you guys for joining me.